Hey, how's it going, my friends? So, welcome to part 9 out of 15. And honestly, let's just go at it because I don't want to make things more complicated for you guys. Alright, so we'll continue from last time. And the keyword is conductive. The ego coach might say, bro, I don't have to use any all of this, but I can get laid. However, think about it. If you're going to ride a bike, it's way easier to do it with training wheels and helmets than without them. Sure, some minority people who spent minority of people years riding can grab a bike and don't use training wheels. I'm not advocate for that. However, I'm considering you're a beginner or intermediate, and I've seen that it's worked for me and many other friends. So guys, a lot of coaches will say, well, dude, why do you have to play music, or why do you need to get a drink? But so far I've noticed it works. I just don't argue with the evidence. I just go with it. Make sure you lead her upstairs. So, all right, you have the girl. You went on your date too, and then you're leading her back to your place. So make sure you lead her upstairs. Usually there won't be that much resistance to her coming to your place. However, something weird might happen. Like if you have security in your building, I would strongly suggest you anticipate all of this. If she needs to show her ID, make sure you let security or whoever is at the door to let it go. Because sometimes girls won't bring IDs, so like the security is like, hey, where's the ID? And then like she's like, oh, I didn't bring it, and stuff like that. But also I like to add, so people don't slice this out. Of course, she's 22 or whatever. But what I'm saying is that the security always wants to check who gets in the building if you have security. So these are all things that you need to problem solve. These some of my friends from Social Circle Blueprint, like they said that, like Ian and Luke and other people as well, they've all said like you need to be a problem solver. If you can't problem solve, then that's where you won't get laid. Also something to keep in mind, if you have roommates, make sure they're not around. Make sure, or they are helping you. Like if you find a roommate who's a close friend and willing to help you. I've lost a night game since a bunch of roommates at that time, and I had a bunch of roommates at that time, and I couldn't bring back this Asian girl. So I'll give you an example, guys. So I was with this Asian girl at the club, and then like I couldn't bring her back because I had a lot of roommates. So that's a scenario why. Then I was with this other girl, and we tried to go back to my place. However, the security was there. They asked for her ID, and she's like, "Oh, I didn't bring it." And the security goes, "Oh, I can't let her in." And then she's like, "Okay, I'll just go home." And then the other scenario that's happened is like you can run into random people. This has happened as well, by the way. Like there's 4 things that might mess you up, and then they'll start talking to you, and the girl's like, "Oh, okay, I'll just go." Like this is so like Pokemon. Like there's so many variables, but like if I run into someone on my hallway, I say, hey, later, because I have to run. Now I don't talk to them. I just focus on the girl. And then the other scenario is that you go in, and your roommates are there in the living room. They might want to give you drama for whatever reasons. That's why I usually advocate no roommates. But if you have to have roommates, the idea is that they're working for you. Like when I did with this girl, where I'm like, oh, my roommate's in the living room, so then we have to go to the bedroom. Because like it's the only alternative. Just make sure it's working for you. I'm not against you, but I wouldn't overwhelm myself. If you already live by yourself and don't really have security in your building, all of this should just run smoothly. You just take the girl straight up, like I used to do. And then when I was living at this really nice place, and then I would just get her, she would come, and that's it, and straight to the bedroom. So make sure you lead her straight to your room. Also, some guys might be intimidated by bringing a girl straight to your room as opposed to a living room. However, it just works, It's because a girl's mind, it doesn't necessarily mean that she's in your bedroom, it means hookups. The action is so important though, since it makes it easier. For instance, I had a girl stay in my bed, and then she hooked up the first night, but next time she did in the morning. Well, the whole living room game rarely worked. Some female friends stayed in my room and listened to music. Once that fence is set up between her and you, it remains that way. So guys, so important. Because some coaches be like, why not living room game, bro? Like, what are you nervous about? with the whole living room. But each time I've done that, it always fails, you know? So I'm like, damn, I'm like, why would I do that if it's always losing for me? I'd rather just go straight to my bedroom. Then I just have a table set up in my room. We sit in my bed or at a chair in my bed. But I just make things easier, you know? I'm not switching from location to another. Also, this is important since once a frame is set, it's very difficult to change it. Just think about it, guys. If you go to your couch and mess it up there, she will stick to hanging out on the couch. You're getting her used to hanging out on the couch and she'll stay there. Now, if you move her to your bedroom, then she'll remain there. You know, guys, this is so important, and I don't think it's understood in the community, but there's this idea of frame theory that once a frame is set, like, it's hard to change it. So when I had girls stay with me at my house, each time they stayed in the living room, they never hooked up, because you're building these fences as well. But each time they went to my bedroom and stay in my bed, like, high chance that they hook up, like 50% or 60%. So have your table ready and the drink set up. I will have this before I leave for the day 2. I will have like beer, champagne, wine ready at my table. Just one, you don't need to get all of them. So the girl and I sit down at the table and then start drinking. I will lead by example and start drinking first and then have her drink. Remember, drinking is primarily with the goal of plausible deniability, where the girl can tell her friends she was partying with a guy and it just happened. Actually, I had girls say, oh, I was partying with some guy or something. And it just happened. Like, they talk like that to each other. Remember, drinking is primarily, it's not necessarily to pressure her or yourself to drink. And this is like the mainstream blue pill will be like, oh, are you pressuring her to drink or are you pressuring the students to drink? Absolutely not. Sometimes the girl will not drink at all or only just take one sip. What's important is you have it there. I would suggest it have it there or we're going to get it. So this is another point, guys, where it's so important, you know, because again, the movies, they show something else. They show the guy stands up, goes, and like he's a chef, and then he starts doing all this cutting and stuff. It's like the snacks, and then he pulls out a wine and pours it in. Like, honestly, none of that has worked for me. You know, like what worked is just have the drink in a table right next to your bed and just pour it there. You know, like don't be standing up, and that's the next point. Under no circumstance stand up and walk around. So I've lost 2 sets for standing up. That mistake was huge since I learned the hard way, similar to other areas in the game. I would stand up since I didn't know the exact sequence at the time. Hence I got nervous and thought I should go to the bathroom and plan out my strategy or encouraged to continue. However, in the girl's mind, I was losing conviction and I was not communicating that it was not the usual way things go. So guys, this is so important. Like, I would not stand up at all. I would just stay in my seat at all times, you know, like not to get a drink, not to pick up a phone call, nothing at all. Just stay in your seat. Honestly, like I've lost so much because of that small mistake. Honestly, the girl has told me, well, I have to go, because she thought, oh, he's never done this before. Well, instead, what I did, I went to my bed, I started drinking, and the girl asked me, hey, have you done this before? And I was like, yeah, of course. Like, there's a lot of girls, they just stay in my bed. Like, I have female friends as well, like, they just sleep. So it's not only about sex, they just sleep in my bed. It's no big deal. It's just how we do things, you know? And then she's like, oh, cool, I'll do it as well. And looking back, I would have my laptop on my side just so I don't have to stand up. Have your laptop ready to play music or Alexa where you can get it to play music. I think you should make sure you're staying in your seat and building tension with the girl. For instance, by having strong eye contact. And this is why people think like the whole money thing. Honestly, like when you get to this point, like money doesn't matter, because having a bigger apartment, it actually works against you, not for you. You know, because then the girl's like, oh, let me go see the TV, or let me go do this and that, you know, and then she's just using you for your places. People want to get technical and all this stuff, but like that's why you only need the essentials, guys. As I told you guys, like play her music or music that's hot. As I told you guys, I've used Lana Del Rey's song White Mustang a bunch of times and it has worked very well for me. In fact, before a girl got physical with me, she asked me to play a song. Once the song started, she was more comfortable with us touching each other. And I've used this Lana song with other girls as well, and it has worked, guys. Like, honestly, I'm just field testing. It's worked. Let's just roll with it. Another example, even during sex, a girl asked me to play a rap song where rappers are talking about sex. Based on field experience, music helps through escalation and the whole sex process and brings out her emotional side. So I had it when a girl, I started playing rap music and then she just gave me like a blowjob, you know. I don't know. Well, I can say whatever I want, but like, you know, like she just got turned on. It's like, why not? You know, like, just go with it, guys. Like, don't try to think about it so much. Sometimes I want to accomplish all this through your verbals by being funny, witty, or like overly sarcastic, all this stuff. However, it's the same stuff, guys. They're always saying, why can't you do this way? You know, and like, why would I do that if I can just accomplish it through music? You know. Yeah, and you can become a dancing monkey if you start doing all these tactics and techniques. Like I was like, whoa, he's kind of like funny, but whatever, you know. Like instead, just play the music, and then it'll work for you. Like stack the deck in your favor. Make it easier to get her turned on, and then escalate. I would add that I wouldn't use movies because movies have an even tone. So I watched a movie with this French girl, and like at first it was good, but then it started going bad because the characters started fighting or got too logical. You know, like movies don't work, guys. Like I wouldn't use them. Music, there are high points and then even higher points. For those of you guys Project X fans, I might review Project X. Why not? But they sometimes start strong and then they get stronger. You know, like the characters get crazier and the music gets crazier. That's what you want. And so far, that's what has worked. You know, I'm only basing it on field testing. Like there's no ego in me where it's like, whoa, I wanted to play music, you know. Sometimes, like in rap videos or even in other kinds of videos, like the girls start grinding, making out. You want that for sure. Now here we go. Like, right, take 1 minute, guys. Hang on. Go for the kiss. To me, the kiss means something since I remember having trouble sexualizing at first. I know some coaches it might mean nothing. However, I found out that I had a 60% chance of success each time I got a kiss and make out. Each time I make out with a girl, being able to get away further than I initially thought. So for me, guys, each time I kissed a girl, I just like, it was like a strong indicator that sex or even like blowjobs or like oral sex would go down, you know, or like me, like having oral sex with her, you know, like eating her out, like almost it always worked, guys. So, and then I just use a line, and this is from a former mentor of mine, like, can I kiss you real quick? And it has worked a lot, and I have done variations of this when I said like, hey, please, can I do it? And then she's like, oh yeah, sure, you know, and it had honestly worked really well, and just go for it. And also, it seems like the essay didn't copy the other part. However, sometimes the girl won't kiss you. And what happens is that girls are playing hard to get. So they'll try to test you and throw you congruence test. And I would call this a frame battle, but it's not really a battle because people might misunderstand. It's sort of like token resistance. But also the girl will be like, start throwing tests at you. Be like, oh, well, I won't do this or whatever. And then, what I do is just stay in your seat, remain calm, and anything that she tells you, just laugh it off. So she's like, a girl even told me, oh, are you a real man or something like that? Like, how do I know, like, you're like a man worthy or something like that? Some weird stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, I am, or stuff like that. I didn't try to qualify. I just made fun of it. Yeah, sure, haha. No, because that's how you pass this congruence test. And also, guys, remember, like, there's guys, like, 90% chance the girl's not a virgin and she's done it with other guys. So other guys have already passed this congruent test. So all you have to do is just remain calm, stay in your seat, keep the eye contact, laugh it off. I would actually like the easiest path is laugh it off. Don't try to agree and amplify because that might not work and you guys might do it weirdly and it might jeopardize you. So I would just dismiss it like, ha ha ha, whatever, you know. But anyway, guys, if you're making out with her, chances are you'll hook up with her, at least with me. And if you follow my guide, I assume it will also be the same for you. But anyway, my friends, so in the next video, I'll go on how to have sex. And yeah, just make sure you follow the guide sequentially. Alright, guys, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. and let's go for it.